Hello Europhiles, it's the Loose Cannon back again. Not talking Arsenal this time, even though that's what it says up there. Where is it? Back there somewhere. The Emirates Stadium. Not in the Emirates Stadium, I'm in my house, but I think you knew that anyway. I'll tell you what I'm going to talk about today. The first game of Euro 2012, which involves two excellent sides. Some people might say they're not that excellent, but I'm going to disagree with those people. Poland, which includes our very own Szczesny, against Greece, who at the moment don't include any Arsenal players in their lineup. But I tell you what, they're both, like I said, decent teams. I'm expecting it to end up in a 0-0 draw. Tell you why. Because these opening games of tournaments are very cagey affairs. Poland, they're going to have obviously the crowd behind them, but is it all going to work out their way? I'd have to say, I think it's going to be very tricky. I know Greece maybe aren't the best side in the world, but they're defensively pretty sound. They've kept a lot of clean sheets, don't let in many goals at all, but they don't score many, which is why I'm going for a 0-0 draw. If you go for a draw, the bookies, who did I check up? I can't remember now, but when I checked, I don't know if you can see this, it's a bit of a mess, to be quite honest. It looks like a spider's been trampling all over that lovely whiteboard, which isn't white anymore. I've only written it a couple of times and it's gone to pieces. Well, that's what you get. You get what you pay for in this world. Anyway, 9-4, the draw. That's what I recommend. This, I have to say now, I'm not going to be responsible for any losses you incur by taking my betting advice, because I don't always put my money where my mouth is. But I tell you what, I did win some money. Yeah, because Arsenal finished above Chelsea, so I won a tenner last year. So that was all the betting I did really last year. I mean, I was predicting a few results. I got about 50% right. You know, when it came to Arsenal, the last few games of the season, I was getting about 50% correct. Well, I like to say that now. Maybe it was a bit less, but hey, I'm sticking to that story. But yeah, looking at the lineups, the way it's going to line up according to this, I'm gonna check some other stuff that I've searched for on the internet painstakingly. You know, I don't do this without any research. You know. Well, let's look at the Greek squad to start with. Well, I have to say, looking at their squad, they've got, in the goalkeeping position, it's not altogether clear who they're going to start with. I mean, their last game they started with Sifakis, who doesn't play for a particularly well-known side. He's only got 12 caps. But I've been told they're going to start with Zorvas, who's 29, plays for Palermo in Italy. He's got 16 caps. So, you know, I mean, whoever's in goal, if the defence is that solid, then, you know, they probably won't concede. Who they up against? I'm suddenly skipping onto the Polish team here. I'm sorry about that. But, you know, Lewandowski obviously is a top international player, or certainly is. He's highly rated in the Bundesliga. How many goals? He's got 14 goals for Poland. He's only 23, 42 games though. Borussia Dortmund player, obviously. And Borussia Dortmund did pretty well, didn't they? Let's face it, last season, winning the cup and league double. So you've got to fancy a player like that to score goals. But then again, 14 goals in 42 international games. What does that tell you? Does that tell you that that Smuda's side is full of goals? No, quite the opposite. Obviously, Poland have some excellent players like him, like Lewandowski. Blaszczykowski, the captain, is another excellent player. Also plays for Borussia Dortmund. He's number 16 and should play in midfield. Obraniak, he's their number 10. He plays for Bordeaux. He's got 5 goals in 23 games. So you've got to look at the Polish midfield and say there's some really good players in there. And but if it's all played out in midfield, then what? I mean, it's going to be a goalless draw. I keep saying the same thing, don't I? But if you fancy the Greeks to win, then you can get 10-3 on that. And if you fancy Poland, you're not going to get better odds than evens. In fact, you're probably going to get much worse odds than that. 19-20 is what I found on Bet365, which is the company I tend to use. So Giorgio Samaras will possibly play for Greece. I don't think he played in the last game, but some people expect him to be playing in a 3-pronged attack. I'm not so sure myself, but yeah, if Greece want to go hell for leather and try to get a good result in the first game, perhaps they will throw Giorgio Samaras up front. He's only got 7 goals in 54 internationals. Again, shows how lacking they are in punch up front. Gekas is their top goal scorer. He's 32 though, and he's got 21 and 58, so he may well be figuring in the Greek attack. I'm always looking for Epiglottis, but there is no such player. Sorry, silly joke there. Salpigidis will probably be the other player up front, and he's got 7 goals in 56. Number 14 he's over 32. He'll be 31 in August. So yeah, one player we should look out for apparently is Fetfatzides. Fetfatzides is the Messi as in the Messi that plays for Barcelona. He's the Messi that plays for Greece. And that's who he's been compared to. So we'll make our minds up about him if we do indeed see him. I'm not so sure we will in this game. I think it's going to be it's just going to be cagey. It's going to be a cagey affair. That most opening games are. Let's face it. One of the players who really caught my eye, just because of his name, really, is Damian Perkis of Poland. He was actually born in France, got a French name, 28 years of age. And I'll be interested in seeing him because he's the kind of player that Arsenal might want to buy. He must be French-speaking, surely. And 7 caps, 1 goal, plays for Sochaux. I'm sure Arsene Wenger knows all about him. Interestingly enough, I'm not going to talk about him much today, but Arsene Wenger tipping Portugal to do well in this Euro 2012 tournament. I'm not so convinced myself that indeed is going to be the case, but we shall see anyway. So bit of a messy first Euro 2012 vlog, but hopefully better is yet to come. We shall see. Until then, until the next time, up the Euros.